You got a giant mess in your closet. Maybe you need to clean it. Maybe you're trying to figure out, what do I get rid of? Oh, I want to keep that shirt. We're going to show you a foolproof method today with the Declutter Bug Company that is sure to make your closet just a bit cleaner, or your partner's closet if you got beef with that. I'm not going there though. All that and more coming up on CKPG today. Whether it's batteries, plastic jars, glass jars, or even cans of paint, you've probably been collecting some of this stuff or all of it in your winter nest. And today, well, it's a good reminder to probably address some of your clutter with the one, the only Marilyn. Again, thanks for making the time.
It's good to have you here.
Well, yeah, thanks for welcoming us in your home. Your home, by the way, if people are wondering, the least cluttered place on the planet. So well done.
Well, you haven't seen in my cupboards. So.
Okay, well, let's talk about what's on the table here first. Good jumping off point because, yeah, spring's coming up here. Well, maybe sometime in the heart. But
a couple weeks later, down in the bowl. Yep.
But talk to me a little bit about the decluttering that can happen, because lots of these things get cluttered in the winter.
Well, it does. We come in. Of course, we're not using paint in the winter, right? So we take our summer stuff from last year and we throw it in the garage, or we throw it under the stairs in the basement, and sometimes it sits there for years.
Yeah.
So take the time to, and you know, when we're having video games, the kids are inside all winter, sometimes just playing on the TV, and so we go through some extra batteries.
You know, my favorite thing is people always say, oh, I'm going to put these batteries aside. We'll recycle them one day.
Yeah.
And the one day, does it ever come? Sometimes it feels like it never does.
Well, and we lay them all over the house, right? So they're in the junk drawer, they're beside the TV, they're under the couch. So if you have a little space, just stick a jar, and then anytime they're done, just put them there and collect them, or collect them from all over the house now that it's spring.
I don't know if I've ever asked you this, Marilyn, but junk drawers, what's your thought on this? Do you have one?
I have one.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, totally. You can have it a little bit more organized.
Ah, okay, right? There's a trick. Yeah. Everyone's got to have one.
Everybody's got a junk drawer.
We've arrived at the closet here, Marilyn, and well, everyone's got one of these.
Yep.
So probably we'll have one full of clothes.
Yep, this is my hubby's side, and I got Dan's permission to go through this. And fun fact, I've been kind of nagging him for 2 years. You guys were coming, and so he cleaned it out a little bit. So thank you.
Just got to threaten someone just a little bit.
Right? Couple tricks for in your closet. When you look at it first, your eyes are automatically drawn to some of the hangers that don't match, right? So even if you move some of those right away, it already cleans it up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
Right? And we can put these on the other side of the closet or wherever. I'll just drop them here.
Yeah, no, that's good. And how do you feel about the ones that are empty? Do you leave them?
Yeah, because you might have stuff in the laundry that you need to put back. When we're going through it, because this is spring, we're talking about different seasons.
Yes.
And so Dan's not going to need a lot of his heavier clothes, right?
Yeah, probably no heavy duty plaid in July.
Right.
I hope not, anyway.
So some of the long sleeve stuff, this is what I call prime real estate.
Okay.
When I open the door, ours happens to be sliding, but some of the doors, they open like a regular door.
Yep.
And what you see right away is prime real estate.
Okay.
So you don't want to have your long sleeve shirts right there.
This is like Granville Street, Vancouver.
There you go, right? So we're just going to grab his long sleeve shirts, and I'm going to move them over to this side.
Okay.
Kind of tucked away until the winter next year.
And then you can bring them back.
Yeah, and then you've got,
disappearing.
And this guy too, of course, we missed one. And then you've got your short sleeve shirts here in the prime real estate area. But one of my favorite tricks is
you told me you were going to surprise me with this.
This
so I'm
is
so
for
excited.
you. This is for you. Take the stuff that's clean.
Yep.
The beginning of the season. Turn the hangers backwards.
Oh.
Because then and flip through it when you go, right? So yes. Oh, this one's particularly disgusting and grubby.
That's a working shirt.
So he's got his working shirts. This one we're gonna donate.
Bye-bye.
We're going to put in recycling. But then throughout the season, as you wear a shirt, you take it, you wear it, you clean it. Because you've worn it, turn the hanger back the right side.
Oh.
And by the end of the summer, you'll know if you've worn it or if you haven't worn it. And you can go, you know what? These t-shirts sat there for the last 5 months. I don't need them anymore.
Marilyn can teach you more too. All you got to do is give her a call. You're booking in the spring here?
Right now,
Or are you
I'm booking
booked?
into April.
Okay.
I'm taking a chunk of May off for some grads and stuff. But yeah, booking a few weeks ahead.
All right, well, reach out to her, get the advice you need, because everyone's is different. Mine is the closet, so I'm glad we addressed mine today, selfishly. But thanks for your time, and yeah, happy spring cleaning.
Thank you.
Spring break is here, and well, it might get you thinking about traveling. Maybe you had a trip booked already. Maybe you've tried to make changes to that trip. I'm talking about the United States, but Miranda in today to talk with us a little bit more. Thanks for making the time today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. Where do you want to start here? Because there's a lot going on in the travel world.
There's a lot we could unpack. We'll probably try to keep it pretty simple.
See what you did there? Travel and unpack.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think you had read an interesting article that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, so I wanted to chat about this because everyone's looking to travel on a budget, especially, and now that the Canadian dollar, well, maybe it's not as high as we wish it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came across this survey that kind of pinpointed some really cheap places to travel and some really expensive places to travel. I mean, among the cheapest here, we're talking about Laos, Kazakhstan, and Rwanda, about average of $25-ish a day. This includes food, accommodation, and some tourist activities. Doesn't include the airfare, but I mean, no one's going there. But I mean, probably not. But Canada's 32nd in the list. But where would you kind of direct people maybe for some cheaper alternatives? What do you notice?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we see those places too much in our office. For,
Probably not.
Probably safety reasons and accessibility. And, sometimes the cheapest places in the world for us to travel from Prince George are different than other places because of how expensive our flights are, right?
Yes.
So, Thailand is a big one for us, and Vietnam, Cambodia, really great and affordable once you're there, but those flights can absolutely be expensive getting there. So overall, is the trip cheaper? If you go for a while, absolutely you'll save some money. But if you're just going for a week, then it might be something the same price as a all-inclusive to Mexico, right?
Yeah, this is the thing. And some of the most expensive places on the list, conversely here, Barbados at $471 a day. This is all Canadian dollars, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what I looked online. Antigua, 443, St. Kitts, 387, and the U.S. actually is number 7 on the list at $354 a day. So not a cheap place to travel before everything else.
No, the dollar is definitely a big issue besides any of the political stuff. The dollar with going to the U.S. is a bit of an issue. But there's other places in the world right now that are good to travel to where the dollar is better than it has been in the past. And that's somewhere like Australia and New Zealand.
Really?
So in the past, that's been a big exchange difference for us. But right now, it's looking quite good. So if you're going to go in the future, it's a good time to go.
I was going to say Australia. I kind of tend to look the other way when it comes to things that can kill you there. The spiders and kangaroos and other crazy ocean animals.
Yeah.
Kangaroos maybe not so much kill you. Snakes more. But really, Australia and New Zealand, hey? I've always wanted New Zealand. It sounds like a pretty comparable lifestyle-ish to Canada. Is that
Yes, but a really great culture to experience, I think, as well. So it is definitely different people than us here. Very friendly and welcoming. Very safe country to visit right now as well. But again, your flights are going to be expensive. So you have to be somewhat flexible. And that will be the key in any vacation is having a lot of flexibility with where and when you can go.
What's your tips for people trying to plan around the dollar? Now, everything changes here, right? It's tough to do that because the dollar fluctuates itself. It's been around 70 cents, give or take a few, for a while. But what's your advice to travelers who come in to see you?
I do like pre-booking a lot of my stuff. So if I'm going to book a hotel on somewhere like Expedia and there's the option to pay at the hotel or pay in Canadian dollars in advance, I like to do it in advance. It clears off any of your credit cards. You don't have any issues once you're there about things getting compromised. So it's a lot easier. And then you know exactly what you're paying at the end of the day, because your credit cards, each credit card exchanges at different prices, right?
Yep.
So you're going to pay a little bit of a ding on most travel card or most credit cards. Yeah.
Interesting. And then, so spring, now that we're here in March, what's a good time? Like, if you're planning to travel, what would be a realistic, like, okay, you should come see me if you're wanting to travel in July and March, or how does it go?
Well, if you want to do a Christmas holiday with your family and get everyone together, come like ASAP or last month.
Like yesterday, yeah.
But when it's just 2 or 4 people and you have, pretty open criteria, it's a lot easier.
Okay.
But anytime you have something that's more specific and bucket list worthy, we want to book that further out. That way we get the better pick, right? We're not
Yes.
taking somebody else's leftovers. You're going to get the best rooms. You're going to get the best prices, because we can always reprice as the price drops. We actually just, a client today, we rebooked $30,000 his holiday was, and it went down to $23,000 today.
Repricing, what is this? Do you just go back?
All the time. With our cruises and all-inclusives, we have some ability to be able to reprice things closer to. So yeah, we're always looking at that for our clients, and in the end, they typically do save money.
Huh,
Yeah.
maybe I should come talk to you more often here. Repricing, that's what I need to hear.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming in to talk today, Miranda. This is great. Of course, if you have any questions, go see her and her team.
Yeah.
Expedia here in Prince George. And yeah, you guys have a bunch of travel agents, not only yourself, Freddie, hey?
Yep, for sure. Yep. Looking forward to a great spring travel season here. Flights are actually looking really good and on time these days, knock on wood. Because
Yeah, we'll knock together.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in. Happy spring break.
Yeah, so much. Thanks.
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
March Madness is here, and I'm so excited to do this really special edition of the Today Show up here at UNBC with 2 Timberwolves players. We got Ben, we got Yana. Thanks so much for making the time to chat, you guys. We thought, yeah, why not put my bracket? I'm not very good, but up against some real basketball players. You think you could beat me?
Of course. Yeah,
Well, you think like it's easy? It's going to be easy to beat me?
without a doubt.
Oh, okay. And Ben?
Most definitely.
Okay. The other twist to this, where are you from? Tell the people out there.
I'm from Toms River, New Jersey. I'm a proud American.
Okay. And which college what's in your area?
My area?
Yeah.
I have a lot of faith in the schools in North Carolina, but my absolute top pick to win the tournament is NC State.
Okay. So yeah, for those who don't know, we'll do a men's and a women's edition of the bracket here. Get Yana to pick the women's. I'm gonna go against her there, and then pick against Ben here. You were born in California, I hear?
Yeah, I was born in California. I'm from Richmond, British Columbia. So grew up there, but I have a little bit of roots in California. So I have some teams from down there, going a little deep having some deep runs. So yeah.
Do either of you have any friends or people you know competing in March Madness? Yes. You do?
Yes, I do. I played AAU basketball with 2 girls that actually play for North Carolina State. It was one of them, or actually both girls, I played with or against them in high school. And we also played club basketball together too. And there's also one girl who plays for Harvard. I played on the same team with her for 5 years at least, I think. Yeah.
Ben, yeah, no. Do
I do not. No, not this year.
you have any enemies?
Enemies. North Carolina. I'm a Duke fan, so.
Okay, well, let's let the madness begin a little bit first. Let's go through the women's bracket first, ladies first here. Talk to me about some of your key matchups as we're looking at the bracket here.
Okay, so if we're starting off with UCLA and UCSD, definitely UCLA. Just look at their record. It's just mind-blowing. Okay, and Richmond and Georgia Tech. I think you have an 8th seed, and a 9th seed, but I really think Georgia Tech can pull through.
I have Richmond. So
Okay. Okay, I have faith in Georgia Tech. Yeah. Mississippi and Ball State, definitely Mississippi. It's just a bigger name school.
Okay, and to the finals of the finals, the big winner.
Finals of the final, definitely North Carolina State against Connecticut. I've always been a fan of Paige Beckers. And I know that she's had it really tough in the past few years with injury and things like that, but I still think North Carolina State's going to pull through. And with South Carolina and Texas on the other side of the bracket, I have faith in South Carolina too. Yeah, last year they had this girl graduating, Destiny Henderson, also a really great point guard. I used to watch her all the time, and I look up to her as well, but she's gone now. But still, South Carolina have a great roster, and they just have a great offensive play they make. So yeah, I just think South Carolina is a great team.
Okay.
But with all said and done, North Carolina State for the win, baby.
Okay, you have North Carolina State. I have South Carolina.
Yeah.
So we have them both similar teams in the finals. You have South Carolina.
You think Connecticut's going to play South Carolina. That's really interesting.
We'll see. I'll throw you a bet here. If you win, if you beat me, I'll buy you lunch. If I beat you, I get to choose a CKPG Today segment of my choosing. You do.
Okay, that's a deal, but I still think I'm going to beat you.
Okay, let's shake on it.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for the women's side. And Ben, talk to me through your men's bracket here and some key matchups.
Yeah. I think a big upset I have is 12 seed UC San Diego beating Michigan in the first game. And then I have them again beating Texas A&M.
Whoa, you beat Texas A&M. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've been seeing some interesting stuff about them. They're a team with 30 wins this year. It's I think they'll be really good and have a good chance to make a run.
See, because I have UC San Diego losing in the first round, the round of 64.
Okay, well I disagree. We'll see what happens. Well, that'll be a big game. I'll be definitely watching that one.
Okay, this is a big one to watch on March 20th. There, I think it goes. Yeah. The other upset I had in the first round, Ben, was New Mexico beating Marquette.
Okay. I also have that one actually.
Do you?
I agree. Yeah, I think New Mexico's really good. I don't know him, but one of their guards, he's really good, and I think he'll be able to pull through, maybe bring them one game.
Okay. Any other key matchups here before we get to the finals of the finals?
Let me see.
It's funny because there's so many selections. There's hundreds of selections. I'm having nightmares about picks.
Yeah. No, I have Gonzaga, 8 seed. I have them going all the way to the Elite 8.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of a gamble. They're playing Houston in the second round, and that will be a really tough one if they can make it there. But I do think if they can win that, they'll go pretty far.
Interesting. Okay, and the finals here, I think we're actually fairly different on this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we both have. Okay, we both
actually no, maybe not that different.
Yeah. We both have.
Yeah, Florida and Duke.
Yep, same final, and I got Florida winning.
And I have Duke winning.
And for me, it's 81-79 for Florida. I think yours is pretty close.
77-81.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's going to be, if that's the final, we're both going to be watching that really closely.
With bated breath. Might have to host a party if that's the final, Ben. But you said you're a Duke guy. How'd you not pick him?
I've watched probably only one Florida game this year, but I think they have a really good punch to them, and I'm just going with my gut really for this one.
Now, okay, as we wrap this up here, you learn things when you're watching these games as basketball players?
I think so for sure. Yeah, and I think there's a lot any team can win. It's a lot of fun, but there's also, love watching basketball. So it's always fun to sit on the couch and watch games all day.
It's a good excuse to do it, yeah? You learn things when you watch?
Yeah, absolutely. I learn a lot, especially from a point guard's perspective, watching point guards from different women's basketball teams. You could just see their style of play, the decision making that's made on the court, who scores more, or in certain situations, okay, what do I have to do in order to help the team succeed? So it's just really all about analyzing a player's style and just how they make sure that the team wins.
I like it. Well, we'll see who wins here. Who is our champion? Same deal, by the way. Okay. I'll buy you lunch, shake on it, and otherwise I'm going to make you do something crazy on TV. Deal?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so open invitation for anyone who wants to join in on the March Madness fun as well. There's a public group on both the Yahoo men's bracket page and the women's bracket page titled CKPG Today 2025. Feel free to put your picks to the test against some of the best here at the UNBC Timberwolves clubs. Thanks so much for your time today, guys, and good luck.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you so much.
Entertainment on CKPG Today is brought to you by the Treasure Cove Casino. Now that's entertainment.
Take a look outside, and our CKPG snapshot once again today comes from Roberta Dale Phelps. This is a little Foxy Loxy near Fraser Lake. It's cool the contrast to look at the fox. You got to wonder how they make it through the winter looking so lush, so orange, so vibrant, very healthy looking fox. Definitely, this one hasn't missed a meal in a while. Definitely hasn't. Thanks, Roberta, for sending this one in. Over the years, there's been plenty of great books in Prince George, whether it's the street names, great local authors, and also a book about a lot of seniors. Do you remember the creation of this? We're going to look back at it today in local history. If you wanted to get to know the people in Prince George, this was the book back in 1997. Seniors and adult students, they put together the book, basically the people of Prince George. That's what the book was about. You know how they make biographies about certain people? Well, this was a put-together biography of everybody in Prince George. Well, sort of that way anyway. There's a lot of people in the book. It took over 30 writers to make it all happen as well. The book still available, still out there today. Makes sense that Prince George would have had one of those books. Great old-time community with lots of folks who just love to live here forever. Of course, they were all on the 3-year plan, though, just like Director Alex and Producer Zach. It happens to all of the people here at CKPG. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you for more great stuff on the show tomorrow. Don't forget to fix your closet so you can throw some stuff away, okay? See you tomorrow.